are up here. And you can see it's sponsored links. So freecreditreport.com is running a pay-per-click program on AdWords. They want to display this ad every time free credit report is typed into Google. Okay, if we click through that, it will go to the freecreditreport.com site. And then the guys who are running this campaign will be charged whatever they bid or lower, depending on a lot of different mysterious factors from AdWords for that click. Okay? So the top three, as far as traffic volume goes, these are the best spots to have. These are the ones that have the highest click-through rate, but they're not always the most profitable spots to be in. Sometimes, being over here on the side, these are all paid listings as well. Sometimes being in here can be more profitable than being at the top. However, the guys at Google and the guys who made AdWords are smart. And they'll say, well, if you can keep your click-through rate, meaning this ad shows one time, or say the ad showed twice and it got one click, then your click-through rate would be 50%. They want that click-through rate to be as high as possible. So these ads over here, just by pure position alone, will not have as high a click-through rate as these ones. So it's a trade-off, and you have to find the balance between the two. I've always found that if you can get up here for some keywords, you're better off than being over here. For other keywords and other niches, you're better off over here. It just depends on which one. So these three are paid, and all these are paid. So it's guys like you and me who opened up an AdWords account and bid on Free Credit Report, made up our ad and said, go to it, Google, and they did. Okay. Now let's also look at how that would show on Yahoo. So go into Yahoo, and let's do the same thing. Free Credit Report. And Yahoo gives you this nice little pop down too, but we're not going to use it. So Yahoo, if you notice, it looks much the same as Google did, because Yahoo's basically been trying to copy what Google's success for years. So you can see again these spots, and you can see the same company on Google has their ad in the top spot as they do on Yahoo. And that means that this company is probably one of the dominant players in it, and they are, because the freecreditreport.com site is one of the most highest volume free credit report sites on the internet right now. And then you can see there's ads down the side as well. Let's also look at MSN, Ad Center, Microsoft. And MSN has a little thing called Live Search that they've come out with. But let's just type in Free Credit Report into our MSN homepage. And you'll see again, everything looks kind of the same as Google did, except MSN threw this in here, which is wonderful. If you're looking for keywords to bid on in your pay-per-click campaigns, this is a wonderful place to get a couple of good ones. Okay, so again, Free Credit Report Canada. It's coming up on the Canadian side because I am in Canada. I could probably switch it to the US side, but I'm not going to right now. I'd have to go through a proxy in order to do that. So there's the top three, and then more down the side. And on MSN, being a search engine, these ones are the free sites. So if you can get your site right in there, you're going to do very well with a lot of free traffic. The trick is, it's very, very difficult to knock this site out of here because it's so well established and has so many links pointing to it. So that's the hard part about the free traffic. So let's go back to our show, and we're going to let's just play. So I'll go back here. Okay, SEO pay-per-click. So we give you some examples of that. And another traffic source is email. And now there's a catch with this. You can't just go out and buy a list of 100,000 email addresses, go and get an offer from a CPA network, and send it out to those 100,000 people. If you do that and you don't have permission, then you're going to be what you're going to be spamming, which is illegal, and you may or may not end up in jail for doing it. So if you're going to email offers, you have to have a list of people who agreed to be emailed. In other words, they opted in to your list. And you'll see a lot of big internet marketers that you go to their site and you want to download a free report from them, and they make you give your name and email address first. And you're wondering, well, why can't they just show the page? It's because they're creating an email list so that later on they can email you with other related offers. And did you ever notice too that when you fill in your name and email address, you always have to confirm it before they'll send you the report? And that's what's called double opt-in list. So you entered your name and email once, pressed submit, said yes, I want it. They sent you a confirmation email basically to confirm that your email is real. And you said yes, it's right, I still want it. So you said yes twice. Now in the future they're allowed to email you. So if you're on a lot of guru lists, then that's probably how you got there, is by opting in. You could, if you were the guy who built the list, you can now email offers to your list from the CPA network. And it's not spamming, because spamming is not allowed. You're just doing emails to your list that said, hey, it's okay for you to email me. Email, and guys who do email, and guys who have big lists and do it legally, provide probably the highest volume of traffic and do the most volume of business with CPA offers. It's just not talked about enough because it's not understood enough by the average Joe. But they're very desirable affiliates to have from a CPA network owner point of view, because the offers that go out to the email list are usually very well targeted and convert very well, so everybody's happy. But don't do that unless you have permission from the person you're emailing. There's also another traffic source, and this is called media buys. Now, media buys can cover a lot of area. It can cover putting an ad on a radio station. It can cover putting an ad in a newspaper, putting an ad in a magazine, so all the offline type of media buys you can do. It can also be buying banner placements on websites. That can be called a media buy. It can be buying pop-up ads on websites or interstitial